Hey garden friends, just gonna do a quick little vlog, late winter update. It's beautiful today. What is it? Early March, and it is in about 60 degrees. This weekend we're gonna get rain and some snow. It's been crazy what's going on. This weather, I tell you what. So here's the garden, and my chickens keep inviting themselves into the garden. We really need to clip their wings. That's why they can get in here, because they're flying over the fence. I haven't really cared too much since there's really not much growing in here right now. The berry orchard, still dormant. Nothing new is happening over here yet. I need to get in and start pruning these branches though. This will be the first year that I've had to prune my blueberries. We've got about 20 bushes here, and they're in their third year. And so they should start to get some good growth on them. And then over here are 3 fruit trees that I planted in October. This one is a fig. It's a Chicago hardy fig. See, and I'm hoping that it survived the winter. It feels pliable, which is good, so we'll see if that comes back. And then I've got 2 apple trees, a red and a yellow apple. So let's see, this is the Golden Delicious. Nothing happening on that one yet. And this is Red Delicious, and both of them are semi-dwarf, so they'll get to be about 15 feet tall. And we'll fill this little area of my berries and fruit tree orchard out in some years. I wish I had planted apple trees when we moved in, 8 years ago now? But, you know, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time to plant a tree is today. So I got those in last fall. But speaking of trees, so one of the very first videos that I put out on YouTube in 2020 was transplanting this evergreen tree, which was a little evergreen that my little brother grew from seed in kindergarten, and then it was in my mom's property for several years, but it wasn't really growing because it was just in a not very good area for that tree. And I think this tree is probably close to 20 years old now, and it's been here in this part of my yard for 4 years, and it has grown quite a bit since that video. So I'm 5'10". It is finally taller than me. Actually, I'm not even sure if that video I still have up. It's about how to transplant an evergreen tree, and I don't think we did a very good job explaining how to transplant it. So I think I took it off public view, but you know, it's just fun to see things grow. In just a couple months, we will have full leaves back on all these trees. It's the only thing about this time of year is everything looks so bare. So the winter sowing has been going well. I just started these pots yesterday. I didn't water them because we're gonna have rain all weekend, so these will get a good watering. And I also didn't have lids or anything to put on top of these, so I'm just gonna keep them open because this jug here has been completely uncovered this whole time, and this is spinach, and it's doing amazing. So I think that these are okay to just kind of stay open. But yeah, so the spinach has sprouted and is doing fantastic. I've got some different herbs. That's St. John's wort in there. Nothing on the cosmos yet, but that's still kind of early for them. This one has marigolds. And there's fenugreek, and this one is chamomile. Oh, and this one, poppies, look. Beautiful. So these are all doing good. I think there may be a couple more things that I want to get started in pots. And I might just leave the containers, just a regular old container out here like these. This is our strawberry bed. And those are all starting to wake up, come out of dormancy as well. This greenhouse is embarrassing. Look how messy it is. I think I'm gonna try and get in here over the weekend and get this all cleaned out because I gotta put plants in here, and right now it is just a mess, but it's so warm. Oh man, it's probably like 80 degrees in here right now. And the garden, a lot of cleanup work that needs to be done. I usually wait until the spring to do a lot of my cleanup because little insects and critters, they like to overwinter and stuff. This whole area here, I am taking the bricks out. You can see kind of the indent where there were bricks. I'm taking that all out, and I think we're going to build some raised beds in this area. So I've been moving my bricks from there to this border here. And that's why I like bricks, is because they're very versatile. You can move them around if you change your mind. I change my mind with my garden all the time. And then in these rows where all that green grass is, that is actually a cover crop. What is that? Winter rye. So that's all winter rye that's been growing in those areas. And I will turn that over probably like in May, when I have to plant my like tomatoes and stuff again. And then over on this side is just not a lot's happening. I did plant a bunch of seeds in this back area in November, and some of them are actually starting to sprout. The celery is from last year, so all the greens had died back, but they're starting to regrow now. And I do have a Brussels sprout plant that's still alive, this one. So this one's still growing Brussels. I started this seed in 2023, so this is over a year old now, this plant. And it's still hanging on. It doesn't look really good, but I'm gonna keep letting those Brussels grow a little longer before we harvest those. But all of this needs to be cleaned up. So yeah, all in here I had planted like spinach seeds, collard greens, radicchio, kale, all of the cold hardy stuff. And it looks like, yeah, we've got spinach that's coming up on its own. So I was trying to do like winter sowing, but direct in-ground winter sowing in November to see what actually came up on its own. So I'm still waiting for everything else to start popping up, if it even will. If it doesn't, that's okay. I've got plants inside that I've started. And then back here is all the garlic. So this little area is elephant garlic. So these will be really huge, big bulbs. And then back here is just like kind of your regular garlic, hard neck varieties. And these greens are looking nice. They're all sprouting and happy. So I've got about 400 cloves that I planted all in this area. I'll go check in the greenhouse. Everything in here has overwintered, so I planted these plants last fall, and I had like broccoli and cauliflower here, which that all got eaten by, I think voles came in and ate the roots, so something ate all that, which is fine. And I've got some bok choy and mustard greens. Oh look, this one's already trying to go to seed. says it has gotten very warm in this greenhouse. But, you know, I could pick this and eat this like broccoli. Tastes just like broccoli. And then we've got some kale coming back. This kale didn't make it. Some more greens coming back up in there. I had a bunch of Swiss chard here, which also got eaten by voles. And then we got lots of lettuce. So I definitely think I underutilized this area. I planted it kind of late in the fall, so a lot of these greens didn't have time to get very big before it started to get too cold and like not a lot of light. So I'm rethinking on how I want to use the space. Next fall, I need to plant in here earlier, probably like September. I'm thinking I need to get this planted to have more in here for overwinter. But so much work to be done. Lots of cleanup and amending. I did start to try and fix this area up by moving my bricks around and getting things just kind of tidied. And then these little chickens, they need to get out of here. They fly over this fence every day. Now, if I cut their wings back, they won't be able to do that. So we just need to get on top of cutting their wings. This is a whole area I have to tackle this weekend too, because I have my grow lights on this shelf and I bought 2 more grow lights over here that need to be put on this shelf, and it has been completely taken over by all kinds of kitchen supplies, egg cartons, mason jars, just everything is on this shelf. But what I need on this shelf are all of my plants for seed starting. And this is just what I've gotten done so far besides the jugs for the winter sowing stuff. I've got onions, and these are little baby celeries, which I need to really need to separate and put into their own pots because they are super crowded. And all in this area is ashwagandha, which is an herb that I'm growing for medicinal reasons. And then over here are cauliflower and Brussels sprouts, cabbage, and broccoli. And these have only been in here for like a week, and they sprouted within like 2 or 3 days, and they're starting to get their first little true leaves. So I also have to thin these out because ideally I just want 1 plant per each cup. So all the extras I will probably gently pull out of here and put them into their own cup so I can give those away to some family members. Oh, it's so exciting. So exciting. Cosmo, you're disgusting. What did you do? I'm gonna have to wash you. No! Got signs of spring with the, I think these are daffodils that are coming up. The herb garden doesn't look fantastic right now. This is sage. Sage overwinters really good, so this will be fine. I've got like mint and oregano in here, which there's new growth coming. So once we're consistently like in the 40s to 50 degree weather range, I'll clean all of this out and amend it. What is this? Thyme. So that overwintered well. Chamomile. I started a lot more chamomile, but I don't think I'm gonna need to plant it because all my chamomile is coming back. And then this whole perennial area also will get a good cleaning here in a couple weeks. Lots of irises are starting to pop up. But what I'm excited about are all these little crocus that bloomed this week. And I gotta document them now because I think they're gonna close back up this weekend since it's gonna get cold again. But aren't those beautiful? Like, just seeing some color in the garden again just makes me happy. And it's just this one little area where I even have these planted, but that's enough. I mean, I just love these ones. What do you think, dirty boy? Oh my gosh, you're such a mess. We need to get you in a bath. And this is our cold frame where we grow lettuce, greens, and I will say the cover on all of this and like the plastic, it all blew off. So this is the only remaining piece of plastic on here. I had it all stapled on really good, but we had some really rough winds over winter. But everything in here ended up living, surprisingly. So it's spinach and lettuce, and this is a mustard green, and there's some Swiss chard back there. So all of this has overwintered without really any cover, and now it's starting to grow again because we're getting warmer days, more sunlight. So the kids will be able to have some nice salads here soon. Come on. So my plan for this weekend is to start seeds. I had some plans for the weekend to help prune blueberries somewhere, but that isn't gonna happen because of the rain. So I'm just gonna start seeds. I'm gonna start as many seeds as I can get going because I felt like just with my schedule, I haven't really had as much time to do that as I normally would. So it's gonna be a seed starting weekend. I'm gonna get peppers going, probably tomatoes, some different flowers, anything that I can think of. And then I also need to get seeds going for a plant sale that I'm going to be at in May. So on Mother's Day, which is May 12th, I believe it's a Sunday, I'll be at the Ashtabula Harbor, and where they usually hold the farmers market, and this will be the second year that we do a pop-up plant sale on Mother's Day, and I'll have all kinds of seedlings, lots of tomatoes, and probably some different flower varieties like zinnias and marigolds and that kind of thing. So I need to start getting those, but in order to start all these seeds, I need a place to put the plants, and that's my greenhouse, so I gotta clean my greenhouse. So it's just like, I gotta get myself in order, and this is the first weekend that I actually have like no plans outside the home, so I'm going to focus on getting a lot of plant stuff going, cleaned up, seeds started, and just make really good use of that time. So let me know where you're tuning in from and what's going on in your part of the world, in your gardens. Do you have anything that's starting to come up yet? Do you have any plants that you're harvesting yet? Or just let me know what's going on in your gardens. I find it so interesting to hear how things are growing for other people, not only in Northeast Ohio or the Great Lakes region, but all across the country. I am also looking forward to the time change that's going to happen this weekend. So that means our evenings will be lighter, longer, which is good because when I get home from work, it's already dark and like I can't do anything outside. So this is really nice that I'll be able to come home from work and then be able to spend time outside again, doing garden stuff, getting plants started, all the things that I love. Well, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. This was just gonna be a quick little check-in, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care, friends, and do something you love. Bye. Come on, Stinky. You're gonna get a bath. Yeah, you're gonna get a bath. Oh, you clean now. Oh, you're so clean. You're so clean, good boy. You're a good boy.